came to writing as a reader, somebody who was just so interested in my family stories and the ways they told them, the ways they talked, the ways their hands moved. And I never thought that, I loved story. I loved to listen. I loved to write. I loved to imagine. I never thought I would, I never imagined for myself that anything I wrote would be shared with anyone else outside of my immediate family. I studied, I read a lot. I took a bunch of classes with amazing people. I nagged my parents about all of their stories. And I felt like I had something to share. And like my poems might be some small contribution to a much larger story. What brought me to like my documentary work and the oral history project work that I did was that I wanted to know, like I wanted to hear the histories that were not taught to me in books. I wanted to hear, I wanted to know what I didn't know. And in the writing wanted to record. I think like the impulse to record as a way of sharing, like I've got this little tatter of something that I can share and somebody else can share a piece, and that we could together make some kaleidoscopic something or quilt. It's not about like making a monument out of a book, but it's just about effort and trying and a desire to record and share. In 2017, when Trump was inaugurated, I was asked by Split This Rock poetry organization to write something in response to the inauguration. And so my response was like to not give him my energy, but to instead look around me and to articulate the details of the lives I love. And to really, as writing helps you to do, to focus on what is fleeting, like life, like with every breath, like, you know, things change. And so how can a detail of a girl drawing a picture of a flower with a ballpoint pen on her hand, like, I'm not going to focus on this man in the White House. I'm going to focus on you, and I'm going to focus on you. And so a lot of the writing that I turn toward and that I have been making is about reorienting myself, rethinking where my attention is going, and turning it toward what nourishes and what dismantles what needs dismantling. I know that if you have the wherewithal to write something, that it matters. Like, that's the first thing. I know that it matters. And I also know that not everybody feels like they are able to write in words. Sometimes you write things in language. Sometimes you write by braiding your child's hair and pouring love into it, right? And so whatever the way that you make your poem that maybe is language and maybe is something else, it matters. Like, and I think that that's the thing. I think that we're up against is the idea that we don't matter, that Black lives don't matter, that poor people don't matter, that like all of the things, and I guess that's the thing, is like it matters, and I can say that as somebody who has received love and felt loved, but also as somebody, as a reader, I've been turning to my books and just holding on like Lucille Clifton. Whatever you do, it matters. And so I don't always feel certain of that, but I have felt certain in this pandemic.